The Acting Up with GTC podcast is a production of the Granbury Theatre Company. The Granbury Theatre Company is a 501c3 nonprofit theater arts production company based in the historic Granbury Opera House in Granbury, Texas. Welcome to Acting Up with GTC, the official podcast of the Granbury Theatre Company, where we pull back the curtain and give you a behind-the-scenes look at everything happening at the historic Granbury Opera House. Well, all right. Welcome to the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky Sharon.
I'm Matt Boitner.
And yes, we are coming to you remotely.
Wild.
Yeah, throwing a curveball.
Mm-hmm. And maybe both of our dogs will find ways to mess up this recording.
Possibly. But you know what? That's okay. Because if we get dogs in the podcast, our viewership goes up 30% automatically.
Yeah, I'm not going to call him over here because he'll bark at me the whole time. But
I'm not going to invite it in. But yeah, we are coming to you remotely because we have gone now into the second episode of our third season, and it has finally gotten to the point to where we are so busy that we can't even find time to both get in the same physical space to record a podcast. So, or at least the intro and outro. We did manage to sit down with our cast and director from Anything Goes a couple of days ago and record a session. But anyway, so something different for you, right?
Yeah. Season 3, we're trying new things.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Or it's also just that we got back from 2 JTF trips in 3 weeks and we were like, we're staying home today.
Oh man, isn't that the truth? So I don't know if it's going to be any better or worse or what, but hey, here we are. It is what it is. So okay, so here we are. We are getting ready to. We're recording this on Friday, February 13th. So Happy Valentine's Day. I don't know if I can do that. Okay. I don't know what that was. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. And so next week, I just throw this out there. Next weekend, we have our Chicago tribute concert coming up. With the band called Beginnings, and they're here for 3 shows next weekend. They are fantastic. So if you've never heard them and you're a fan of the band Chicago, arguably one of the biggest bands out of in the 70s and 80s, and and they're still together today. They're still touring. I saw them at Dickey's Arena in Fort Worth a couple of years ago. Still put on a great show. So, but they'll be here for 3 shows next weekend. That will be February 20th and 21st. We still have lots of good tickets available, so go online and get those. And then the very next week, we start our Tech Week for our next Broadway production, which is
Anything Goes.
Anything Goes. That's right. Yeah.
I was trying to come up with a bit. I didn't have anything. So.
That's okay. That's all right. Improv may not be our strong suit today.
It's not.
So, but Anything Goes is a fun little show. You'll hear more about this as we visit with Sophie Warren and Jake Hamilton from the cast and the director Jay Lewis from Anything Goes. But it is a funny, just senseless fun, right? Is the entire show. There is no, deeper meaning. It just is a very, very fun and comedic show with lots of great dancing and some fantastic songs. That's the one thing I will say. At my first music rehearsal for this show, because I'm in the show, I've never seen this show, which is kind of unusual, but I've never seen it. And I'm sitting there in music rehearsal and I'm going, oh man, I know that song. Oh, I know this song, and so you will recognize a bunch of the songs that are kind of standards, and you may not have known that they came from Anything Goes, but here we are.
I agree with everything that you said, and I second it, and the reason I couldn't talk is my dog decided to lose his ever-loving mind. You can probably still hear him in the next room screaming.
That's all right. It adds some production quality.
So all that to say, my wife and dog say hi.
Oh, hi, Jenny.
But yeah, Anything Goes has all the songs you would expect it to have, and then some. There's extra songs as well. But go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, for starters, the song "Anything Goes," obviously, but also "Friendship" is in there. Oh my gosh, what is the Frank Sinatra song? Dadgummit.
I don't know.
I Get a Kick Out of You.
Oh yeah.
I get a kick out of you, or something like that.
Just makes me think of Blazing Saddles.
So there will be a lot of familiar, songs, and I will tell you, probably at least since we did The Producers back in 2020, this is the most heavy tap dancing show we've had. As a matter of fact, it may be more than The Producers, because there's multiple very complex tap dance numbers. So if you're watching this, listening to this, and you are a fan of really good tap dancing, this show is probably one you don't want to miss.
Right on.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah. Well, the other big thing that we're kind of on the other side of now, and way to go, Sirius.
Sirius Black says hi.
All right. We've just returned earlier this week from Junior Theater Festival, JTF West. So now, since we last did an episode, we have taken our teams to JTF Atlanta, and we've taken our kids to JTF West. So Matt, kind of give us a rundown on how that went.
So it goes, wow. It went great.
Let's try that again.
JTF went great like it always does. Had a great time with a great group of people. We got 60-something people to and fro Atlanta and 46 people to and fro California, which is always no easy task. Shout out Whitney Sheeran for making all of that happen. But I always I try to downplay the competitive aspect in terms of because we always get hardware. We always do. We are good at what we do. But I like to push the community and the nature of sharing your art for the sake of your audience more than glorification for you. And that's as soapboxy as I will get in this moment. But we did get shout-outs and awards, and I do want to shout out these kids because I am also always proud of their accomplishments. Both shows were awesome. But when it comes to Atlanta, our all-stars were Travis Trimble and Harper Park.
Hey, man, just lean into it, buddy. Just lean into it.
Sirius thought they were great, too. Our all-stars were Travis Trimble and Harper Parkhill. Hannah Ward got individual outstanding performance. And then our group took home excellence in ensemble. Shout out Hannah Ward, because she's one of we go to both festivals, right, as an academy. Mm-hmm. She's one of the few students that I know, along with Kenzie Johnson, that also goes to both festivals. Right. But she went with Chapel House Studios to JTF West, and she got individual outstanding at both festivals. And I don't know how often that has ever happened. I just wanted, feels like a Grand Slam championship or something. I don't know.
I'm going to actually, we had talked about this already, but I'm going to send an email to Tim McDonald and say, you may not, obviously you may not know this, may not realize it, but the same young lady won an outstanding individual performance in Atlanta, and then 2 weeks later turned around and went with a different group to JTF West and won the same award at JTF West for an entirely different show.
Which is wild.
that's mind-boggling to me. But yes, kudos to Hannah Ward and to our friends at Chapel House, and on a great show. But yeah, it was very successful. And as you said, we returned home with every human being that we left with, and so that's how I always consider whether or not it was a success or not, that we brought everybody back that we left with.
One way or another, they all got back. Well, I don't know if they all got back home, but they all got back to Texas.
They at least got back to DFW Airport. We know that.
That's fair. But then moving into JTF West, because like we said, there were 2 within the last 3 weeks. I wanted to give a quick shout out to the production team, in particular Kendrick Booth. This was the first time a Granbury Theatre Academy graduate has been in charge of a JTF performance, which was pretty wild.
That's pretty special, too.
It was very, very special. And the key did a great job. Everybody did a great job. Everybody. All the kids, the rest of the team, everyone. But the group took home excellence in acting, which I think was the first time our West kids have gotten that one. I know that our teenagers, we took acting back at JTF Texas, but I think that was the first time that the West kids have gotten that.
I believe so. I think they've got excellence in dance once and excellence in music once. Yeah. But I think this is their first time to win excellence in acting.
Yeah. And then the All-Stars were Cooper Henricks and Ariadne Hawkins.
Yeah.
One of the coolest names that exists. And cool kids. So anyway, but yeah, it was a great trip, and it just happened. We got back days ago.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I like to make a big deal because, I'm a dramatic guy, but about how tired we get sometimes. But I got home at 10 o'clock Monday night, and then it didn't really hit me that I was, in fact, quite tired until I was standing at my desk Tuesday at like 6 o'clock and almost fell asleep standing up. I was like, I think I'm not going to stay for Patrick Gass's yoga class. I think I'm going home. I think I'm going to go home.
Patrick Gass.
Shout out Patrick. Take our Tuesday night yoga class. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, this is not talking about anything we were talking about, but Patrick as a yoga teacher is fantastic because he starts talking about deep yoga terms in his accent. It's like, okay, so now we're going to engage our middle. The term is called Mula Bund. And I was like, all right, awesome. This is a good time. This is a good time.
So you get to do, a Far Eastern, practice yoga with a down-home Texas country accent.
It's fantastic.
We love it.
It's great. It's great. But speaking of things that we love, and speaking of things that are fun, we got an Anything Goes conversation.
Yeah, we do.
Get to.
We're gonna jump out of here in just a second and have a commercial break, pay a couple of bills, but then we're gonna come back and we're gonna sit down with Sophie Warren and Jake Hamilton from the cast of Anything Goes, and Mr. Jay Lewis, who is the director of the show, and it's a very entertaining conversation, and you may just actually, if you listen or watch the whole thing, you may learn something. So there you go. So you got anything else before we take a quick break?
To brush up on your obscure Anything Goes movie history.
Ooh, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go.
Weird thing to say, but
that's okay. Well, that's fun. That's a teaser. So, all right. Well, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast.
Hey, this is Mickey Sheeran, talking to you today about my buddy Joe Jones with 5P Roofing and Construction. 5P Roofing and Construction is your local roofing and general contracting company. They specialize in residential and commercial re-roofs and insurance claims. I've used Joe myself, and I could not recommend him more. Give Joe a call today at 817-608-7663 for a free quote. And be sure to tell Joe that you heard about it on the Acting Up with GTC podcast.
All right, we are back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky Sharon.
I'm Matt Boitner.
And we are here this afternoon with the director and 2 cast members from Granbury Theatre Company's upcoming production of Anything Goes. Yeah. Ooh. So let's start over here to my left and introduce yourself and tell us what role you're playing in the show.
I am Sophie Warren, and I'm playing Reno Sweeney.
Yeah.
I'm Jick Hamilton, and I'm playing Billy Crocker.
I'm Jay Lewis, and I'm the director.
I straight up thought you were fixing to say I'm playing the director.
I am playing the role of in charge of this.
The director.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jay, the show opens. You've got your notes here.
Yes.
You've got your iPad.
February the 27th.
February
We're just
the 27th.
a couple weeks away from openings.
Man. All right. Well, that's
and run through most of the month of March.
Okay. All right. So let's since you're talking, let's start with you. How are things going with rehearsals?
Going extremely well. Musically, we are right there. We've had a great rehearsal last night. Musically, tonight we're cleaning up choreography, and we start basic runs on Thursday and Saturday and all next week. So we're on top of it. We got it.
So is this a show that have you ever directed this show before?
No, I never have. I've seen it a couple of times, and it's an American classic from the 1930s, and I can tell you more about that later, but it's just a lot of fun.
Cool. Great. So let's bounce it over here to you two guys. Is this, Sophie, is this a show that you have had on your bucket list for a while?
You could say that, since probably I saw Sutton Foster on YouTube when I was 9 years old, I think. And my grandpa used to sit at the piano, and we'd play all the Cole Porter songs, and we'd sing to them. So I was very familiar with the music. And then, wow, seeing this dancer perform them and sing them. So it's been a long time that I've wanted to do this role. So thank you, Jay, for the opportunity. It's been so fun so far.
So what's your favorite song that Reno gets to do?
Oh, probably You're the Top. It's so iconic. And us two, Jake, getting to mess around and just be completely zany and goofy the whole time. It's a blast. And it's going to be a blast every night we do it.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this is kind of right up as far as shows tailor-made for Sophie Warren. This is kind of, because it really is kind of a triple threat show. It's singing, it's a lot of dancing, and while it is comedy, but there are some acting moments as well.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's a good show for.
It's a good middle child show. Yes. Awesome. If you're a middle child and you like to be the center of attention, it's a great show for you.
I like that.
For a second, I thought you said mental child show.
Well,
that as well.
Well,
I will take that
it's
too.
Like decoding.
Yes.
I was like, what could that mean? That's cool.
And so, Jake, same question to you. Is this a show that you've wanted to do? Actually, you've done this show.
I have, yeah. So it was my last show my senior year of high school, and then my first show freshman year of college. So I did it twice in 1 year, and I hadn't heard of it before that. And then, I haven't done it since, obviously, but I'm here for my third time.
Same character every time, or?
So I played Billy in high school, but it was the 1962 version, and so it's very different script. And then it was the same script in college, but I played the purser that time.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's been fun too, because I think this version is just well written. It's so much, I don't know, more modern and easier for an actor. So I was looking forward to coming back in when y'all announced it.
Cool. So what's your favorite song that your character gets to sing?
Oh, I'd say in this version, Easy to Love, because that one is not in the 60s version. And after I've heard it, once the 2012 cast album came out, it's been on my bucket list of songs I want to perform.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, and hearing it in college, the guy who played it was just a phenomenal voice. And I've been obsessed with it since I heard that.
Well, at rehearsal last night, music rehearsal, I realized it's like, man, Jake has the prototypical crooner voice. Mm-hmm. You're a crooner. and these are some great songs they are just like, oh my gosh, that is so beautiful, and you do a beautiful job with them.
That. This is definitely the style that I love to sing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're all Cole Porter written songs, and so many of those that are in your songbooks, the Great American Songbook. So many of these are listed as some of the greats that will sing. Blow, Gabriel, Blow is another one that's awesome. Sorry. Anything Goes, of course. I Get a Kick Out of You. So that's some fantastic.
I didn't realize
songs.
Friendship.
I
didn't realize that was in the show.
Friend.
And yeah, there were several. As the first music rehearsal we had, because as I was telling Sophie, this is one of the few shows that I've never seen in any variation, and so I really had no idea. And so I'm kind of sitting there in music rehearsal like, oh, I know this song. Oh, I know that song. And so that's kind of cool.
Oh, and Mickey, what part are you playing?
Oh, yeah, we forgot.
I am playing Elisha Whitney.
And what's your favorite song that you get to sing?
Well, yeah, that I get to sing. Yeah. Well, it's the Crew song.
The Crew song.
Yeah. The silliest, most bizarre little song that you probably will ever hear in a musical theater production. Come just to see that.
Featuring Micky Sharon. Don't miss it.
Yeah. So, Matt, you were a few weeks ago, speaking of Anything Goes, we were talking about that song being in an iconic movie.
So it's because I didn't come up with a game for this one, but I have an obscure obscure movie trivia question. What Harrison Ford movie opens with the song Anything Goes? I think he knows.
Temple of Doom.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Does it really?
Yep, straight up. Yes.
It.
You get a prolonged tap dance number.
Is it?
I can't. I couldn't tell you. I don't think it's the actual.
Yeah, because I think it's all kind of
voice.
It's all kind of gibberish, except for
the point is, it's
Goes.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. But I'm gonna Google it now to figure out if it's her singing.
Yeah.
It might take me a second. So you get
that's all right. We can. You go on and do your thing. We'll do a little song and dance over here. That's right.
We talked about a minute ago being a triple threat. This role of Reno, the dancing in this is absolutely incredible. If you are a lover of tap dance, we get to see some incredible tap dance. I mean, there's one number where almost the entire cast is out there doing a tap number, and we've got. I think there's 7 at one time that are out there tapping an extremely difficult routine, and they do an amazing job. We've had a terrific choreographer, and Eden has done extremely well. So
Well, this is another one of those golden age musicals that just has everything that, especially for the Granbury Theatre Company patronage, that love the golden age, Warhorse musicals. Right. This one fits right in there in that same genre, doesn't it? I mean,
I've had the opportunity to direct some shows here that really, would speak to you, send you out crying, really get deep. This show. We're just having fun.
Yeah. There is no deeper meaning.
There is no deeper
I've been
meaning.
looking for it. Because even a lot of shows like, we were talking about Legally Blonde was the last show that you and I did together. Even though Legally Blonde is silly and it's a lot of fun, but when you really look into it and dig below the surface, there's a really nice, heartfelt message to Legally Blonde. This one, I don't know.
We can talk about disguises and masks and things like that, and then, coming out with your real personality at the end of the show. But we're gonna have a good.
But it's kind of fun to do a show that you're not thinking, okay, we gotta deliver the message. It's just come see this show and have a good time.
Get away from today's world, sit down for a couple hours, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Can confirm. Kate Capshaw, same actress that performs the role of Willie Scott in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, sings the song as well. Yes. And it starts she's singing in Mandarin. And then because it's in Club Obi-Wan. Okay, I'll quit being a dork.
There you go.
The point is,
really?
Yeah.
See, I knew your Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
I didn't bring it up.
I didn't bring it up. Come in handy.
But so we've talked about how the show is devoid of
I don't want to say devoid of meaning because that sounds mean, but devoid of it's not super deep.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but in a show that isn't super deep, let's roll down this way. Tell me, so what's it like playing Reno?
Okay, so walking into it, it's very intimidating. It's originated by Ethel Merman, one of the most iconic women ever. And then it is taken over by Sutton Foster in the Broadway revival, who is also an extremely iconic, memorable actress. So very, very intimidating walking into it. But I think she is one big contradiction. She's an enigma. She's pretty, girly, flirty, but she's tough as nails. She's very outgoing, very charismatic. She's brassy, sassy, and a bit, you know what? And I mean, just nothing about her makes sense. But I think, okay, so she meets this guy, right? And as a nightclub singer, she probably isn't always treated the best by guys. So this one guy comes in and he treats her really well. So she assumes he's in love with her. Then she finds out later that he is not. And so she has to completely turn around her view of the world and society and everything and how she's treated and people. So I think there's a little meaning there for her. You know, you kind of follow her on that journey throughout the musical of, okay, what actually is my relationship with this person? How do relationships work in the real world? I don't know what that's like. And then she meets a guy who completely matches her energy and he's just as zany as she is. So I think there's a little bit of a character arc for her, even if not the entire story of the show has that deep meaning we were talking about. I think there's a little meat there for Reno, for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Love that. Finding the meaning in the character.
Yes.
But Jake, same question. Tell us about Billy.
Billy is definitely just like your classic lover boy. Like his whole mission is to get on this ship and win this girl back that he's fallen in love with. And it's super fun because he's not supposed to be there, so there's just, like Jay was saying, disguises, like a bunch of Scooby-Doo-style running in one door, out the other, just a bunch of shenanigans like that never really go his way. And so just the silliness of the show makes this part so much fun, because I think in this style, the lover character is kind of just cut and dry sometimes, like cookie cutter. He just, yearns for the girl. But this show, I'm able to be reach into the more comedic side that this kind of style of character doesn't always allow. And so that's been super, super fun.
Cool. Well, Cade, we're gonna stay on track here. So, Mickey, who are you playing? I forgot.
Apparently, I invented the cotton gin. It's what my buddy Jeff Metter came up and said at the first rehearsal he came to. He goes, "So you invented the cotton gin?"
Wait, is this true, or was this just a Jeff Metter mess around? Okay.
Eli Whitney.
There we go.
Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, and so I am referred to several places in the script as Eli Whitney, and it's like, no, I did not invent the cotton gin.
I think it's
but so
factual.
tell me about this character.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm beginning to figure out kind of who he is, and I'm looking up a bunch of reference videos and stuff like that, just to kind of get the different takes that people have had on the character. When I first read through the script and kind of read the character description, I'm thinking more in terms of like. Think of like a Dan Aykroyd character in Trading Places, if you're familiar with that movie. Kind of Yale educated, very kind of pompous and kind of over the top about he's just so proud of himself and proud of all of his accomplishment that he's just kind of sickening, right? And but I think deep down inside he's harmless and is good at heart. He's just got this thing about I'm a Yale man, to the point where he does the Yale fight song a couple of times during the show, and carries around his little bulldog mascot, which that was a learning experience. I never realized that the bulldog was the mascot for Yale University.
It is.
Wait! Are we having a live dog in this play?
You have to come and see.
That's right.
That's a savvy
another
answer.
character that has a dog.
Yeah, there are actually two
go.
dogs in this show, and but no, it's a fun. It's going to be a very fun character to play. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and Jay, like we joked about earlier, you're playing the role of in charge of all of this.
Yes.
So while this show is music theater, like cheese whiz, I guess, like just talk about like what's it like to direct something that's fun for the sake of being fun.
It just becomes fun, and fortunately, I've surrounded myself with a team that is tops. I've worked with just about all of them. Jacob Myers, who you've seen on the Granbury stage, is my assistant, and he had a chance to direct one of the longer scenes the other night, and brought that same amount of fun and humor to the scene. My music director, Meredith Browning, is worked with her several times. I've been on stage with her. In fact, I even did Sound of Music with her. I was the captain, and she was my Maria once. So that was
cool. I didn't know
goes
that.
Back
I was going to say that goes back a hot second.
a hot second. A hot second. And, but terrific musical director, and then choreographer Eden Barris. Mm-hmm. Eden's done several shows. She did Newsies for us here, and she's got Lena Morales helping her out, and Lena does a lot with the Academy here too, I think so. And then Colton Lively, golly, what can I say about Colton? Colton is doing our makeup, costumes, all of that, and does a fantastic job. Jonah Hart doing scenic design, and his crew. Prop master is Jennifer Aguilar, and sound designer Kyle Hoffman, lighting designer Jonah Barris. You know, I got to throw Jonah's name out there. The kid's 15 and is a absolute whiz at lighting and design, and I love having him on board. And then probably one of the most important people that you got to have on the team, and that's your stage manager. And you know, Rodney Hudson is taking care of that, and assisted by Hannah Horton. So with a team like that, I can do my stuff and know that everything else is being taken care of. So,
would you say that the team, they're the top?
They're the top.
Also, I had to say one thing. You brought up Dan Aykroyd when you were talking about Eli Whitney.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd, also in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. He walks them onto the plane that they get on immediately after leaving the club. So there we
It
go.
all comes back to Indiana.
It all comes back to Temple of Doom, I guess. Okay, I'm sorry. Had the movie nerd out. It was there.
Your nerd.
That's the only time I brought it up. It's the only time.
Kind of struggled out of there again, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Well, so Jay, let's backtrack a little bit and talk about some of the shows that you've either directed here in the past or maybe been in. What have you done here at the Granbury Opera House?
This will be my 11th show to direct.
Okay.
So last one I did was Bonnie and Clyde.
Right, last spring.
Which was incredible. I thought incredible show. Just some of the memorable ones. Mamma Mia directed that. Would love to do that one again.
Yeah.
Hint.
I would say my proudest one would be Into the Woods. And that was
2018.
Great one, long time ago.
Yeah.
That was the first show I ever saw here. It was
Really?
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
That was another one where,
while ago.
man, the people, the staff, the crew I had around me was just phenomenal. Plus the cast was okay.
Yeah. The baker was weird, but everybody else.
And
was
then
great.
the first show I ever did here was the first time did Legally Blonde. I was the professor.
2014.
Yep,
Yeah.
2014.
Yeah.
And then got to play. Then the Christmas show, St. Louis. Meet Me in St.
Oh,
Louis.
Meet Me in
you go.
St. Louis.
Meet Me
Yeah.
in St. Louis. That was a fun one. Played Caitlin LeBeau's husband in that one.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is you look at some of the kids that played kids and where they are today. And I wish I could name some of them, but that's one of the things I love in the theaters, watching where some of these youngsters and where they are today. And
Well, that was I know one that was Hannah Baker.
Hannah Baker,
first
that's
show
it, yeah.
with us, main stage show, and now she is sophomore at Oklahoma City
At Oklahoma
University.
City University,
and
shout
absolutely
out, she
killing it.
Just got cast as Anya and Anastasia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we can say that. Well, I just did. So
Even outstage, yes.
They have announced it.
Elizabeth or Hannah may be calling us saying, "Edit that out." Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
So, Sophie, what about you? What
Oh, gosh.
some of the things you've done here?
Well, the first show I ever did was, I forget the year, but it was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It was a play.
That was
and I
2019.
was a ballet dancer in that. The
That's
White
right,
Stag.
you were the White Stag,
In
yeah.
point shoes on that stage, which was an experience for sure. But then, I mean, last year, 2 years ago, doing Hunchback was definitely a highlight for me. Doing Esmeralda and Matt, you directed, and that was a highlight for me for sure.
Oh no.
Do not hide in there.
No, yeah.
And then doing Legally Blonde when Jay directed was one of the most fun experiences. That show, you can't not have fun while doing that. But yeah, I haven't done theater for too long, but definitely had some good moments so far. So let's keep it going.
So your background is really is
Classical
in
ballet.
Classical ballet.
Classical ballet.
Which you
all the
teach
way, which I teach
also,
as well. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Jake.
She's a great
Jake.
jumper.
Yeah. Jake, what about you?
My first show here was White Christmas. I played Phil. And this is actually my 11th show, which feels crazy.
Wow.
Really?
That is
That's
crazy.
it all in.
With White Christmas
Pretty
being your
back-to-back.
first show, that's pretty impressive.
Wow.
I
didn't
got here
realize.
and I couldn't leave. Because that was a great show to start with. And then I did like Oklahoma. I played Curly, and that was so fun. I was also in Hunchback, played Phoebus. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. Yeah, 11 shows.
And you're
feels like such a short
Bonnie
amount
and
of
Clyde
time.
last spring.
I was in Bonnie and Clyde as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I did not realize that this was show number 11.
Yeah.
For you. Man, that's crazy.
That's
time,
impressive.
Time flies.
Well, while we're doing this, Mickey, what was your first show? Because I actually don't know that I know this.
Oh.
It wasn't what we were doing, but it's
as
fun.
Granbury Theatre Company or before that?
Well, I mean, whatever you want.
My first show to actually be in the cast on the Opera House stage was in 2007. Yeah, and that was, oh Lord, what was that? I want to say it was the it was a Odd Couple female version. Female
cool.
version, and I was Manolo Costazuela. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I was one of the
I have
upstairs
no idea what's going
a different
on.
Latin
The Miss
Latin
America
lovers.
line.
Yes,
Miss America with the flowers.
I was one of the upstairs Latin lover brothers. Yes. So if you've never seen the Odd Couple female version, I got to tell you,
it's better than-
it is absolutely one of the funniest shows because it's basically the same plot,
They
but
just
it just
gender swap it?
changes it just gender reverses all the roles, and Oscar and Felix
sounds
are now Flo and oh gosh, what are they? Anyway, this is not a
But they
podcast
play-
about.
instead of poker, they're playing Trivial Pursuit.
Oh my.
It is so funny. Anyway, that was my first show. First show with as Granbury Theatre Company was Christmas Carol, which was the first
Yeah.
show that we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
back in 2013 when the Opera House reopened. So
Cool.
yeah. So it's been so since we're doing resumes, let's talk about you. What was your first show?
A Few Good Men.
Yeah,
In March of 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, I think I've only been in like 11 shows in 9 years.
All right.
Now, I've been backstage or directed. I don't even know. It's not worth counting.
You keep busy.
But yeah, A Few Good Men was the first one.
Yeah.
There have been a bunch, but that's all I'm going to say for now.
Well, so say all that to say this. Come see this show
Yeah.
because you've got an amazing cast that you're going to get to see on this stage with just some amazing music, vocal performances, some amazing dancing, and it's just again back to it's a lot of fun. So I think the key thing is if you want to laugh, if you want to just have a mindless good time, this is the show for you. Yeah, right.
Classic music theater.
Classic music theater.
Historical musical theater done on a historic stage. There we go.
How many times
did
can
it.
you say historic in one?
Twice.
So okay, so Jay, we're coming up. We're what 2 weeks out from Tech Week. Yes. So is there anything special about about this show that you want to point out to people maybe watching or listening? So when they come see it, it's like watch for this. It's one of my favorite moments in the show.
Oh, good question. I hate that when people say, "Ooh, good question." On other interviews, I'm sorry. It's just fun to follow everything together. Like, I love the analogy to Scooby-Doo, where all the door, there's just a lot going on,
right?
Where you think one couple's together and something else happens, and there's a lot of different characters. They've got good minor, fun character roles, and I mean, we've got guys playing some of those smaller roles that have had big leads in the past, and they are eating up what they're doing. I mean, Ben Ranji is hilarious. Gavin's playing Moonface Martin. We've got gangsters that come in. We've got Reno's 4 girls that assist her are called the Angels. So we've got a lot of fun stuff, and we've got a very wealthy Englishman who brandishes his Excalibur sword, and the young Hope's mother who has the Pekingese dog, and so a lot of fun characters and how they all blend in on. And we haven't said anything about this. The location is a cruise ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It all happens on a cruise ship.
It happens on the cruise ship, and which.
So you've got sailors.
Yeah, we've got the sailors.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, and we've got the vivacious Irma, the va-va-voom girl. So we've got all sorts are thrown all on the ship, and we don't sink. Although I will say this, I'm directing Titanic later on this year. But
so you get two shows in 1 year with ships.
With ships.
Okay, yeah. Let's make sure this one doesn't sink.
One does not sink. One does sink. All right.
Oh, you just gave the plot away for Titanic. Now you spoiled it.
And historical spoilers.
It's not the movie. It's not the movie version. That's it.
All right. Well, anything, Sophie? Anything else from you want to say, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you, like Mickey, have never seen this musical, you'll probably come and realize most of the songs in it, and you'll be tapping your feet right along, and just big ball of fun, big ball of joy, and we're having fun on stage, and I'm sure everyone will be having fun out in the audience too. So
Absolutely.
Come have fun.
Yeah. Jake?
Yeah, I think the pacing just moves so quick. Like we've been saying, it's like as one scene is going through one door, someone else is coming in another door, and so there's just not a dull moment in this show. You're going to be entertained the entire time.
Well, and there kind of leads to another question. Of course, this show, we talked about Golden Age musicals, War Horse musicals, which are usually like 3 hours long. That seems to be where this show kind of deviates from that, because it's not a long show.
No, it's not a long
and it's very funny. It does move at a really good pace. And as far as I have seen, there isn't anything in this show that would make people not want to bring their kids to see it.
No,
I mean I don't know if it would hold their attention, but it is a lot of fun. There's a lot of comedy going on, but there's nothing that you would say this show would be a PG-13 where parents would have to.
There is some innuendo, but it's not anything that's.
Yeah.
I would bring my grandkids to.
Okay, so there you go. If that's a question that you have kids, then I think you can feel okay about about bringing them. And everything, but if your baby cries, take them out. So we want to get that out there.
Bring them unless they cry.
Yeah. So, all right, Matt. Any parting words?
I was trying to come up with
anything else from Indiana Jones, Star Wars.
I think we did it. I didn't bring up Star Wars. I guess I did this time, didn't I? The point is, I don't have any more puns. I think I'm out.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Come see Anything Goes at the Opera House.
Yeah. Opens February 27th. Runs through March 22nd, and so Jay, I saw you're pulling something up. Did you have?
Oh, I just had just a fun lyric as we maybe go out.
Okay, well, let's.
Times have changed, and we've often rewound the clock since the Puritans got a shock when they landed on Plymouth Rock. So get ready for a good fun shock. Okay, how's that?
All right.
Very nice.
Okay, very good. Well, I can't top that. So with that, we're going to skip out of here. We're going to go pay a few bills, take another quick break, and we will be right back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. Thanks, guys.
All right.
At Mary Jane's Sweet Shop, located on the charming, historic Granbury Square, we're not just a candy store, we're a destination. With the biggest selection of sweets in Hood County, 24 flavors of Bluebell ice cream, and the most delicious milkshakes around, we guarantee you a sweet escape. Quench your thirst with a Dublin soda or enjoy our exclusive coffees and teas. And while you're here, discover our fun range of toys and novelty gifts. Experience the magic at Mary Jane's Sweet Shop.
All right, we are back on the Acting Up with GTC podcast. My name is Micky Sharon.
My name is Matt Boitner.
Yeah, and here we are, still remote. Yeah, using our favorite remote platform, Riverside.
Yeah.
So shout out Riverside. You're not a sponsor, but you could be. You know. So
sorry,
you know.
I'm laughing. My dog is actively trying to make noise. And he's debating whether or not it's a good idea, but I'm back.
You know, this may be more entertaining than sitting in an organized studio. I don't know.
If I just bring him into the shot,
look,
maybe he'll
Sirius.
be better.
Sirius is on his first I don't know. Has he been on your Star Wars podcast?
Usually, if I broadcast from home, he will
makes
make
an appearance
noise at some point. Yeah,
I got you. All right,
but okay. Anywho. But it was a great conversation with the cast and main person behind Anything Goes. And lest we forget, you are in fact in this cast.
Yes, I am playing Elisha Whitney, and it's again, I knew nothing about this show. Even when I auditioned, I knew nothing about this show. Knew nothing about the characters that I was auditioning for. I will admit, I was asking around. And I was like, okay, well, what's a good role for like a mid 60-year-old guy? And my buddy Jake Hamilton said, oh man, you'd be great at two roles I can think of, either Moonface Martin or Elisha Whitney. And so that's what I put down on my audition form, not having a clue about anything about either one of those roles, and went in and auditioned for it. And come to find out, Moonface has a rather not a difficult song to sing, but there are a couple of places where it definitely gets out of my comfortable vocal range. And so I realized in the middle of the audition, I'm thinking, well, our friend Gavin Clark, who ended up getting the role of Moonface, auditioned right in front of me. And when he auditioned, I thought, okay, I may be in a little bit of trouble here. And sure enough, I was right. But I got the role of Elisha Whitney, and Elisha Whitney has one of the weirdest. I'll just say that one of the strangest songs you will ever hear in the musical theater canon. Yeah, so there you go. That's all I'm going to tell you. You have to come see the show to find out what the song is and why it's so weird. But yeah, our thanks to Sophie Warren, Jake Hamilton, and to Jay Lewis for being with us on the show. And that show opens February the 27th. So, but yeah, it's going to be a really, really great show, and we'll just kind of wrap up everything that we talked about with the cast and with the director, and just say, this is one of those golden age warhorse musicals from that same period of time that the South Pacifics of the world, the Oklahomas of the world, the My Fair Ladies of the world, all of those big kind of over-the-top, musicals, which had all the great music. Anything Goes is Cole Porter music, right? Who doesn't love Cole Porter? So, and it's just zany. That was the word I was trying to think of earlier. It's just zany, comedic fun. A lot of it is just, you'll be going, oh, that's kind of stupid, but that's it. I mean, that's kind of how if you go back and watch a lot of the comedic shows, movies that like guys like, Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Cary Grant that they were in back in that same time period, it's just like those. It's just kind of silly. So come and have a great time with us. Enjoy some great music and some great dancing, and laugh.
Yeah.
Who doesn't need to laugh right now?
Nobody. Everybody needs to laugh.
Everybody needs to laugh. So
yeah.
So what do you got? What do you got coming up? Anything coming up Academy wise? I mean, you're in rehearsals right now for Shakespeare.
Yes, we have finally, we'll have our first rehearsal on Monday, the whatever that is, the Monday that's about to happen. Monday the 16th. Well, I guess the first blocking rehearsal, Monday the 16th. But we'll have auditions for 101 Dalmatians for 8 to 12-year-olds soon. I don't want to say the exact date because I've given Gavin Clark and the rest of the team a couple options, and I'm making sure that everything works for everybody before I push go. So, but y'all will know when that is shortly after I know when that is. But that's coming, and then summer camp. The dates are live. You can see it all on our Instagram post when these things perform. But we'll have summer camp auditions sometime in mid-June. But as of right now, classes are in full swing. Shakespeare's in full swing, and we're about to have auditions for 101 Dalmatians.
Cool.
So, lots of stuff happening.
As always, never a dull moment.
Never.
Never a dull moment.
Ever.
All right, man. Okay, well, you got anything else?
I think Jenny's handing me something.
All right.
My wife just handed me this. I don't know why.
What
Okay,
is
whatever.
that?
All right, I don't know. She handed me a ball. I think I'm trying to play. Whatever. The point is, this is what happens when we podcast from home.
But that's okay. I mean, this may be one of the more entertaining intros and outros we've ever recorded. You looked like one of those old, like 1950s or 60s newscast where literally somebody off camera hands the on camera news person an update, and they're going to read it. Except it was some kind of little black ball.
Yeah, and I was just like, why? It's one of the dog's toys.
No, it's not.
All right. Anyway, who knows? Whatever. Thanks for letting me podcast from home, everybody.
Yeah, well, me too. It's been fun. All right, well, but that's I think that's all we got for right now. So be sure and come see Anything Goes. Opens February the 27th, runs through March 22nd. You can get your tickets online at GranburyTheatreCompany.org, or you can go to the Opera House box office at
817-579-0952.
There you go. So either call
That's how
us,
you call. You can
call.
go to 133 East Pearl Street.
Yeah. So either call, come by, or go online. But just come see Anything Goes. All right. So until then, until we do see you at Anything Goes, my name is Micky Sharon.
I'm Matt Boitner, and we will see you at the Opera House.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to Acting Up with GTC. To support the podcast, visit our Patreon page, patronize our sponsors, and come join us for an upcoming production at the Granbury Opera House. Subscribe to the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, and be sure to tell us what you think of the show on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Thanks for acting up with us. See you soon.